Okay, second home game of 3. Crystal Palace this weekend. Last time they met at the Butts, it was probably the best home game of the season. Are you expecting something similar this weekend?
I mean, if you're a neutral, yes. I'd like to score 5 goals again. But yeah, you know, we're both completely different teams this year, I think. So it'll be a different contest for us both. But yeah, it'll be exciting if we can put a display like that on for the fans.
And obviously a great performance against Liverpool last weekend, despite all the adversity coming up against it. Has that meant that this week there's been even more energy than usual? You know, because you've taken on one of the best teams, certainly in the Championship, and matched them.
Yeah, I think we've used this week to reflect on all the good things that happened, and obviously, you know, look at the things that we could have done slightly better, or, you know, moments that we had in the game. But yeah, as always, we've had a good week and we're focused and we're ready to go.
And you mentioned last week, I asked you briefly about Crystal Palace, and you said that they're a very fast team. Is that the kind of thing that you're focusing on? Because obviously each team will focus on like unique characteristics. Is their speed something that you'll be focusing on?
Yeah, I guess so. It's something we mention within our sessions. You know, they're dynamic, they like to go forward quickly. So as always, we need to be ready for that, and if that's the challenge they're going to put to us on Sunday, we're going to have to be ready for it.
And obviously we've asked you again about the injuries. Players starting to come back now. Are you looking forward to when this team is back at full strength? Because you said last week that this was a different team to the start of the season, and that's without several key players.
Yeah, I think the group that we've got that are fit, I think they're moving in the right direction, and I think you can slowly see that we're clicking and things are working, that we're doing in training is being transferred. But obviously I want full strength. I want to be able to pick from everybody that I've signed. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But like you say, we've got a few people returning. We've had some good news back from a couple of scans that we've had on a few players. So they're not as severe as we first thought. So yeah, I'm excited to get them back, and they're obviously ready and raring to go as well.
And obviously yesterday another big announcement this week for Coventry United partnering with Her Game Too. What's that like as a manager, you know, with a partnership like that?
It's great. I think it shows again as a club, you know, we're focused on issues that we need to be focused on, and we're playing our part in the women's game to grow it, to protect it, and make sure it's a solid, safe environment for everybody that's involved.
So, final question. Against Crystal Palace this weekend, what message have you got for the fans?
Come and watch us, come and cheer us on, be in full voice. You know, I said it before, it makes such a difference when the fans are there and they're engaged with the game and they're engaged with the players and what's happening. And it gives you a boost. You know, being at home should be an advantage, and the fans are a massive part of that. So yeah, buy your tickets online.
There you go, that's the best part to finish. Thanks, Jay.
Thank you.
Crystal Palace this weekend. First game you played, last game you played against Liverpool. A tough game. What was it like for you personally?
A bit different for me personally. I think I had to drop in for Grace and I went centre half. But yeah, I think we done alright. We executed the game plan, which is what we wanted to do. But it was always going to be difficult going down to 10 men so early on in the game. But there's still positives to take, and there's still positive we can bring out on Sunday.
And talking about the season so far, I was looking at the stats. You obviously got the first goal for Coventry United this season, and looking at the stats, you've been involved in every United goal so far this season. Obviously you've scored a fair few goals at the clubs. Do you see yourself as like a goal scoring midfielder? Is that your stock in trade?
I think so. I think I'm proven in this league. I done well at United when we were in the Championship, and I think that was something that I wanted to continue at Coventry. I didn't know that I was involved in every goal, but I think it's not just me, like it is a collective. I think there's more to come from us, definitely, and I think them goals can be a lot higher, but yeah, it is an aim of mine to be on the score sheet.
And obviously you've played in the WSL as well, you've played for some of the biggest clubs in Britain already. A lot of people said when you joined Coventry United it kind of surprised a few people coming from Birmingham. What attracted you to the club?
A lot of things actually. I think the squad that Jay was getting together, that was attractive. Game time, the club's ambitions and where they want to be. They're not just a mid-table team or where we are at the minute at the there's a future at Coventry, and I think there's only one direction that they're going in, and that's a direction that I want to be.
And looking forward to this weekend now against Crystal Palace. Quite successful for you personally. You scored a few goals against them playing for Manchester United. Is it a match, you know, when you play against teams who you've been successful against in the past, do you kind of look forward to them a bit more, or does it not play any role? You're like, I've already got 5 against them, so I fancy winning.
I think for me personally, I don't really think about it. I think each game's different, and that was 2-3 years ago now, so I think it's a very different Crystal Palace team. They've had a decent run so far this season, and I think we need to look at it as getting our first 3 points. In my opinion, I think it's something that is definitely achievable, and it's just about concentrating on us and executing that game plan once again.
And we've mentioned you've played in the WSL before. Lots of people saying the Championship this year is the strongest it's been. You've got comparison, obviously, playing for Manchester United previously. Has the level gone up in the last couple of years? Yeah,
I think so, definitely. I think there's more teams that are competing now. It's not just 2 or 3, it's now 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot more teams are going full time, and I think that's why. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more competitive, and yeah, it's exciting to be involved in.